And Mick wanted to be with me. So I just wouldn't do it because I thought, you know, I'm saving myself for this guy even though he's eating hamburger all over the country. That's right. Okay, where should I do this? Okay. All right. Okay, Rod Stewart and I almost hooked up. I'm kind of glad we didn't. Kind of glad. Even though he's notoriously has a big one. Big one. I know many other people who've slept with him. I had previously entertained the idea of sharing more than my floor. He asked to come sleep on my floor with Ron Wood because they were coming to town. He was trying to introduce Ron Wood to everybody. But now he was a temptation I had to do without. I was determined to walk the straight and narrow, hoping against hope that Jimmy would make an honest woman of me. Noel Redding also wrote to me. He was in the Jimi Hendrix Experience, one of my boyfriends, announcing the date of his arrival and asking me to please make myself available to him. Old time's sake wouldn't work this time. It was with this attitude and with chastity belt attached to my 1930s pink satin tap panties that I found myself face to face, body to body with Mick Jagger. He was #1 on my list for years to sleep with. I had done a painting of his, I think I read this last time, an oil painting of what I imagined his balls would look like. And I turned it in to my high school art teacher. And he said, "This is very nice, but what is it?" And I had leaving little sperms going up there. I wish I had that. I have a drawing of it, though. I have the drawing. And I didn't tell him what it was, of course. But I got a B+ on it. I said A in here, but I think it was a B+. And I found out later, really, seriously, I was very close to what it looked like. I was very, very close. And I'd never even seen a ball sack before. October 22nd, 1969, 6 a.m. I did something, or shall I say I didn't do something, and I'm wondering why not. I think I'll wonder about it for a long time. Mercy and I went to see the Burrito Brothers at the Corral in Topanga Canyon, twirling and spinning together. Keith Richards was very close to Graham Parsons. They were very tight. They stole a lot of music from Graham, but that's what you do. Twirling and spinning together, Jagger, Richards, and Watts and Wyman came walking in, and the roof lifted off the dilapidated old dump. We carried on like nothing astounding was going on and kept dancing to the burritos. Luckily, I had on a long black velvet dress cut real low and lots of Chi-Chi rhinestones. I could feel his eyes on me, and I rocked out even more. Graham noticed what was going on from the stage and said into the microphone, "Watch out for Miss Pamela. She's a beauty, but she's tender-hearted." He really knew me. My sweet Graham was so thrilled that his new best friend Keith was there to see him play. Mick came up to Mercy in between sets and said, "Introduce me to your beautiful lady friend." And then he kissed my hand and bowed. Those lips. Mick and Mercy invited me back to the huge house the Stones were renting in Laurel Canyon, and #1 on my far-fetched fuck list was literally within my grasp. Mick, Keith, and I sat around the fireplace, listening to Mercy predict profundities through her beaten-up tarot cards. She carried her cards everywhere, hoping to bump into the likes of Keith Richards, spread them out on the rug in a triangle, explain the tower and the hanged man, and create answers for unasked questions. After the reading, which went on for half an hour, Keith picked up a guitar and Mick sang. I followed her to the station. I can't sing or I'd try it. A suitcase in my hand. I entered rock and roll heaven and was hanging out on cloud 9. My heart was beating below my waist, just like it did at the Long Beach Arena. Mick and I danced around the living room to the Stones' unreleased album, Beggar's Banquet, and when he asked for my opinion, I was tongue-tied, but smiled like I had written a rave review. Within seconds, he was right in front of me, holding my arms down at my sides, kissing me so hard that I knew I would have swollen lips for a week. 6 a.m. continued. After he kissed me, he began to caress my face with his lovely hands. He came on and on and on to me, delicious, huge kisses from that amazing mouth, caresses everywhere. I was melting, but holding back. Terribly shy I was. "You're shy," he said. He couldn't believe it. I went to the pool to put my toes in the water and look at the full moon. Mr. Jagger followed, kissing me and tangling my hair. "I'm going to bed, Miss Pamela." Sexiest voice I've ever heard. "Have a nice sleep." Do you want to come to bed? I don't know. You want a week to think it over? Yes. Silence. Well, do you want to come to bed? No. I didn't do it. Amazing. So amazing that I had to write it word for word. Those were the exact words I wrote in my diary. See?